You are watching Jesup High School Athletics on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. We welcome you to the upper patio above the South Gym at the Jesup Community School in Jesup, Iowa. Tonight on the Jayhawk Sports Network, varsity girls basketball with Jesup hosting the Cyclones from Denver. Good evening, I'm Luke Baldwin, going alone on the mic for at least a portion of tonight's game as my partner in crime, Nate Clayberg, is across the hall serving the district at the board table. With any luck, he will be able to join me later in the broadcast, but all that said, I do have some regulars with me on the patio, and on-site producer Anthony Baugh and camera operator Eric Clark. The Denver Cyclones, led by head coach Joe Frost, come into tonight's game sitting near the top of the leaderboard with a 14-4 overall record, going 10-4 in the Nickel East Conference, good enough for second place. Most recently, they collected a convincing 68-29 win over the Wapsie Valley Warriors, and before that, an equally convincing win over our Jesup Jayhawks, 70-40. Leading the Cyclones in scoring this year is junior Reese Johnson, amassing just over 13 points per game. Sophomore Grace Hennessy and senior Emma Hennessy round out the bulk of the scoring at 10 and 7 points per game, respectively. Reese Johnson is also getting it done on the boards, pulling down 7 per game, while junior Allison Bonnet leads the Cyclones in assists, dishing out about 3.5 per game. Your hometown Jayhawks, led by second-year head coach Jordan Conrad, are looking for revenge after dropping their last game to the Cyclones. Jesup, of course, starting the season 10-1, has had a tougher go of it in the second half of the year, going just 3-5 since then. Currently 13-6 overall, 9-5 in the conference. A victory over the Cyclones this evening would keep them in the hunt for at least a share of second place in the conference. Coach Conrad's team is led in scoring by sophomore Lainey Pilcher and junior Amanda Treptow, each averaging 14 points per game. Hard-charging Pilcher also leads the Jayhawks in rebounds, pulling down 7 per game. Treptow leads the Jayhawks in assists with just over 3 per game. Junior Alexis Larson is also a player the Cyclones will need to keep track of, as she too is in the top 3 in each of the previously mentioned categories. With the recent loss to Denver still very fresh in the minds of our Jayhawks, it will be interesting to see how Jesup responds and if they can give the Cyclones a little taste of their own medicine tonight. We will now turn the mic over to our public address announcer, Dan Fox.
Create an environment that is reflective of the community. Be a class act, be a good sport, be a winner in the game of sportsmanship. Please welcome tonight's game officials, Kyle Clark, Greg Davies, and Scott Forsberg. Now, the starting lineup for the Denver Cyclones. A junior, number 2, Allison Bonnet. A senior, number 11, Emma Hennessy. A sophomore, number 15, Grace Hennessy. A junior, number 22, Reese Johnson. And a senior, number 24, Rachel Hennessy. The Cyclones are coached by Joe Frost and assisted by Bob Hennessy. And now for our Jayhawks, a junior, number 2, Natalie O'Connor. A sophomore, number 5, Lainey Pilcher. A junior, number 10, Alexis Larson. A junior, number 11, Amanda Treptow. A junior, number 23, J.C. Lang. The Jayhawks are coached by Jordan Conrad and Jason Pilcher. At this time, we'd like to welcome a new member to the Jayhawk family. Coach Conrad and his wife had a baby boy this afternoon at about 3:34. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor our nation and flag while paying respect to our men and women in uniform around the world who protect our liberties and way of life. with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, Jayhawk fans, again, this is Luke Baldwin on the mic tonight. Nate Clayberg, as I mentioned in the pregame, is doing his civic or district duty, I guess maybe it's called, serving as a school board member, and they are meeting across the hall tonight. So we may or may not have him join us at some point during this game, but if not, I will do the best I can in his absence. And I apologize in advance for any shortcomings in this next hour or so. As we hear from Dan Fox, getting the crowd going here. And with that, Jesup and Denver will tip off with Denver retaining possession. So I'm going to go through the starting lineups real quick in case you weren't able to hear them in the pregame. As we see Bonnet get things going for the Cyclones three-pointer. Cyclones have Allison Bonnet, Emma Hennessy, Grace Hennessy, Reese Johnson, and Rachel Hennessy, while your Jesup Jayhawks have their usual cast of characters in Natalie O'Connor, Lainey Pilcher, Alexis Larson, Amanda Treptow, and JC Lang rounding things out. So shot and a miss for the Jayhawks. Denver quickly back down the court as they move the ball around the perimeter, looking for something inside. And that's going to be a travel on Emma Hennessy, one of the three Hennessy's on the court. And, of course, Bob Hennessy is on the bench for the Cyclones as an assistant coach. So definitely a family affair here for the Cyclones. Speaking of family, if you didn't hear, also in the pregame, Coach Jordan Conrad welcomed his second baby boy into the world today about 3 p.m. And I have some details here. He is 6 pounds, 4 ounces. He is about 3 weeks early, so he decided he was done. He wanted to come out and see what was happening. So 6 pounds, 4 ounces, Beckham Conrad. And I did I texted with Jordan a bit, and Mom, Stacy, and everyone are doing well. So I'm sure he's got a few sleepless nights ahead of him. He really wanted to be here tonight, but decided that was probably a priority over this, and I certainly agreed with him on that. So Jesup's Lainey Pilcher takes a shot from the far side, no good, out of bounds off Denver. Denver with the 5-0 lead here with 2 minutes gone in the first period. Quickly back down the court, and Denver is just a salty squad. They, they're sitting in second place right now, just ahead of Sumner Fred and behind Dyke New Hartford. But they are definitely a team that will get out and go, and they've got shooters all the way around. So they put a 30-point beating on us just last week, and I know that our Jayhawks do not want to repeat that. So we'll see how they can respond here tonight. Another thing you might... So we got Coach Joe Frost of the Denver Cyclones. He wants to chat about things for 30 seconds with his team. You may notice, if you can see the girls, our girls on the sidelines, some of them are wearing purple and lime t-shirts, and they say Larson Strong on them. Of course, again, that's for our friend Brian Larson, who is in the hospital recovering from a fall that he took several weeks back. From everything I know at this point, he continues to do very well. Positive, always positive, working hard. But the Jayhawks have come out with some visual support here tonight with these t-shirts, and then you'll also see they all have similar colored shoestrings in tonight. So very cool of the Jayhawks. Brian, I see they've got purple headbands too. So Brian, if you can see that, the team is behind you, as is the entire community, of course. Bonnet attempts another three, no good, but Jesup does foul after the shot. That's going to be Amanda Treptow's first foul of the night. Jesup's second foul, and it appears we don't have side panels working tonight, so I'm probably not going to be able to give you real specifics on fouls, but I can tell you that Reese Johnson just made her first points of the night, making it 7-2-0 Denver, as they quickly turn Jesup over again. So Jesup struggling to hang on to the ball in the early going here. Sailor Youngblood checks in for Amanda Treptow, so that may be Amanda's second foul of the night. I'm not sure, but going to the bench that early, I anticipate she's got both of those fouls for Jesup. Rachel Hennessy for the three, nothing but net, extending that lead, 10-0. Pilcher quickly back the other way, does get tripped up. That foul is going to go against Reese Johnson. Reese's first foul, Denver's first team foul. And with that, we're going to see Emma Hennessy take a seat as Tessa Yeager comes into the game. I believe that's Yeager, but it could be Jorger. We have this conversation every time Denver comes to town, and you'd think I would remember the pronunciation, but my mind fails me pretty regularly. As Pilcher steps to the line, she will get the first, nothing but net. So first points for the Jayhawks with just a little over 4 minutes to go in this first period. No good on the second. Denver rebound quickly down the court. Almost loses it. Deep three by Johnson. Larson with a nice little turn and drive inside. Unable to connect, but does draw a foul. Sends herself to the line. We're going to have Avery Ford checking into the game after the first foul here, as Larson attempts to put two on the board for Jesup, which he's unable to do on the first shot. Rachel Hennessy takes a seat. Larson no good on the second. Rebound Denver. Boy, Denver just unconscious from 3. That was Grace Hennessy connecting on that one. With the quick steal, Grace Hennessy running it out. Lainey Pilcher steals it back, gets it into Alexis Larson, who will bring it up the court for the Jayhawks. But man, the Jayhawks are going to have to find a way to play a little tighter defense on the Denver Cyclones, especially around the perimeter, which, you know, that's a double-edged sword. Because if you're going to get out and try to shut them down on the perimeter, they've got plenty of height and cutting ability that they could gash you inside too if you're not careful. Larson 3, no good. Denver with the errant pass, out of bounds on that far side, so they will turn that over to the Jayhawks. Jason Pilcher, typically the assistant coach for the Jayhawks, roaming the sidelines tonight as the head coach, taking over for Jordan Conrad again, who gave birth to, well, he didn't give birth. His wife, Stacy, gave birth to their second baby boy, but from what I understand, he had a little something to do with that too. Denver, 3 balls. So with that, Allison Bonnett's, I believe, 3rd 3 of the night. Denver quickly out to a 1-19 advantage over the Jayhawks. So certainly not what the Jayhawks were hoping for in the first period of this game, being down by that margin. But there's only so much you can do. I can see. I'm looking down at Coach Pilcher, and he's got his hand held up, saying, "You have to get a hand in their face." But some of those threes weren't poorly defended. This is just a very good shooting team. Larson, the ball carrier, bringing it up the court. J.C. Lang in for the Jayhawks. Tries to feed it into Sailor Youngblood. She's going to get dinged from behind. I believe that foul is going to go against Tessa Yeager, and it will. Jesup shot, no good. Travel. Denver really good about working that ball around the perimeter, getting the defense off balance, and then hitting those open shots when they get a chance. Tough pass for O'Connor to get her hands on down on the baseline there. That will turn over to the Cyclones. Jesup into a loose, very loose man-to-man full-court press, which I guess you could say was effective as Denver turns the ball over out of bounds on that far end, or near end, I should say. Denver long on defense. Turn it over. Grace Hennessy with the easy layup. O'Connor in the corner. A lot of dribble and nowhere to go. Finally into Pilcher. She will draw a foul on the floor. It's not going to be, they will not count the shot, but that will send her to the line. I stand corrected. That'll be out of bounds. Emma Hennessy and Rachel Hennessy back in for the Cyclones. Those long arms by the Cyclones, we're unable to get a ball around them at this point. Larson set to inbounds underneath that far hoop. Into Lang, looks at the three, sides against Pilcher, takes a shot, no good. That's going to be out of bounds off of Denver. Good hustle by Alexis Larson to get over there. I think she actually knocked it off of Reese Johnson's legs. So Jesup gets another shot at this as we see Lang attempt to drive, backs it out. Up top to O'Connor. Pilcher surveying, runner, got it, count it. So Lainey Pilcher does add to our point total right as the buzzer sounds. They're bringing it to 3 compared to 21 for the Denver Cyclones. So again, not a great start for the Jayhawks, certainly not what they're looking for, but man, the Denver Cyclones just long and tough on defense. Turnovers abound, and they turn those turnovers into points on the other end, both inside in the form of layups and then around the perimeter with three-pointers as well. I wish I had my stats man Nate Kleiberg with me here, because he would be able to tell me how many three-pointers they had. But it was a bunch for one period of basketball. So Jesup goes into the second period here. Coach Pilcher down there trying to do a little scheming, get things heading the other direction for the Jayhawks. Junior high coaches, Coach Sickles and Coach Wall helping out tonight. In fact, they may always be on the bench for varsity. Honestly, I don't think I've noticed them down there, but I'm guessing with the absence of Coach Conrad, they've stepped up to help out, discuss things. Jesup doing a little bit better job moving the ball in this possession. Lainey Pilcher takes a shot, no good, but they were able to move it around the perimeter a little better on that one. Really good looking drive by Avery Ford, the junior for Denver. Getting the handoff from Emma Hennessy. Larson considers a three. Doesn't take it, but then does drive to the hoop. No foul. Pilcher with the rebound. And they're going to get out Tessa Yeager with the foul as Amanda Treptow comes back into the game for the Jayhawks. She'll replace J.C. Lang. Again, Jesup sitting with 2 team fouls, I believe both of which were on Treptow, which if my assumption is correct, is what put her on the bench in the first place. Again, this is Luke Baldwin going it alone tonight, at least for a portion of the first half. Oh, I'm told that our friend Nate Kleiberg, the better half of this duo should be up here any second. His meeting is either over or he just said, forget it, and walked out. But we'll have him shortly as we see Allison Bonnett, point guard, check in for the Cyclones. Long three for the Cyclones, rebound, or I should say reception by Pilcher, takes it all the way, strong layup, high off the glass, gets another 2 points for herself. So I believe Pilcher with all 5 points for the Jayhawks right now, one being a free throw. Nice feed inside by Avery Ford. Foul against Alexis Larson. Sammy Gerke into the game, a senior for the Cyclones. As Denver inbounds underneath the hoop. Almost a turnover by Larson, or caused by Larson, I should say. Pilcher with the rebound. Up quick to Youngblood, couldn't quite get her hands on it. And which results in a foul by Sailor Youngblood. Natalie O'Connor playing some tough D up top. Coach Frost says, I want a timeout. I think Natalie just waved at him. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, go for it.
The only option right now.
Okay, we just switched over to the boys' game over at Fort City, where our boys lead the Union 63-58. First one there in the fourth quarter with a buck 18 left to go. Jesup, of course, scoring 3 points with 3 numbers, looking at 3 yards on the side, and white. W here tonight. They much like the, well, they've been a little more up and down than our girls have. As I think usually, so that's a little start up. Only one loss to the second half of the series, it's kind of been an up and down battle for them. You know, some of those losses have come by a narrow margin, others by a little bit more, but they keep on fighting as they are here tonight. Even down as much as they are, they're still working hard, causing a turnover there. Quickly back down the court. Larson with the 3 attempt, no good. Ball will go out of bounds off of Rachel Hennessy's foot. There we go. Pilcher with the 3-pointer. So 23-8, Denver on top, but Jesup slowly whittling its way back. Defensive foul, I believe that was on J.C. Lang. I thought I saw a 23. Don't quote me on that. As Menda Treptow with the steal. Takes it down, fake, cannot get the roll. I wouldn't have mind seeing her just going straight up with that. I think she might have taken a foul. At very least, give herself an opportunity to drop one at the free throw line. Another 3 attempt by Denver. Denver going a little bit cold from 3-point range, which is a welcome reprieve for the Jayhawks. Tessa Yeager back into the game for the Cyclones. Larson, 3. Too strong. Rebound, Denver. So Jesup really picking up the intensity on the defensive side, as we see Larson with the turnover there is able to get around her girl and intercept that pass. Nice feed inside to Treptow, over to Lang for the 2. So we always talk jump ball situation. That's going to stick with Denver as we see Youngblood come back into the game for O'Connor. But Jesup really picking up the pace, and we often talk about this team kind of feeds off, well, Nate and I have a theory that they kind of feed off their coach, Jordan Conrad, as they often get a little more intense, as he gets a little more intense. And as I was watching Jason Pilcher down here roam the sidelines, a little more vocal, a little more animated, it seemed to coincide with the greater, or the intensity of his team as well. Amanda Treptow maybe bailed out on that. I'm not sure. There was definitely a foul called. It looked fairly clean. No good on the free throw. O'Connor back into the game for the Jayhawks. Yeager in for the Cyclones. Larson out for the Jayhawks. Reese Johnson out for the Cyclones, as Treptow does connect on her second free throw. Allison Burnett straight to the hoop. No pause, no hesitation. Foul on the Jayhawks sends her to the line to shoot a pair. This was a shooting foul, but Jesup also in the bonus with 7 team fouls. Kylie Winter set to check in for the Jayhawks, and she will. She'll come in for Sailor Youngblood. Amanda Treptow with the ball up top, surveying the situation as Winters comes up, sets the pick. Lang with the shin pass to Treptow. Back into the hands of the Cyclones. That's going to be a, thought maybe we'd get an offensive foul out of that charge. Treptow wasn't quite set, so I believe she just picked up her 3rd foul. So she is likely going to head to the bench, and she will, as we see Lexus Larson come in for her. Avery Ford at the line. Shoot a pair. Shoot one. That's a 1-on-1. Both teams in a 1-on-1 situation right now. Each sitting with 7 fouls apiece, 17 fouls. O'Connor with the drive. Avery Ford with the foul. Caught O'Connor with the leg. So she's going to head to the free throw line here. No good on the first. Pilcher with the rebound. Up. In and out. Gets her own rebound again. Tries to get back to Larson. Can't get it there. As we see Rachel Hennessy take it all the way down for the up and in. Pilcher with a shot, no good. Rebound, Emma Hennessy. So the Cyclones still a bit cold from the outside, which I'm not going to lie, I'm happy to see, as Pilcher with the run out and make. Of course, the Cyclones just torched us in the first period, going up 21-22-1 in that first period. Since then, the Jayhawks have done a much better job, with the exception of right when I talk about it. Grace Hennessy with a great cut through the paint, gets a pass up and in. But Jesup's done a much better job on defense here in the second period, picking up the intensity on both ends of the court. Kylie Winter swatted from behind, quickly back the other way. Denver with the three, and that one is nothing but net for Allison Bonnet. So Bonnet is a shooter for sure. Pilcher, no good. Got to foul that shot, Pilcher. J.C. Lang for three, no good. Coach Jason Pilcher encouraging his girls to get back and play some defense. Oh, just a dagger. Grace Hennessy with the buzzer-beating three-pointer at the end of the period there to make their lead 34-13 over the Jayhawks, as we do finish up the first half of basketball here. So tough going for the Jayhawks in that first half. Second period exponentially better than the first period. As I said, we got down 21-1 or somewhere in that ballpark in the first period off just insane three-point shooting by the Cyclones. Jesup was able to pick up the intensity and hold. They actually, up until just at the end there where Denver scored a quick six, they had really done a nice job of holding their point total down for the second period, while Jesup grew theirs a bit, but still pretty lopsided game here heading into the third period. So I am going to step away for a while as we work down 9 minutes on the clock, and with any luck, maybe we'll have Nate Clayberg up here with us to call the second half of the game, as we see both the Jayhawk and Denver cheerleaders getting ready to do some sort of acrobatic show that I'll just let you enjoy for the time being. And we are back from the upper patio at Jesup Community Schools, where the Denver Cyclones lead the Jesup Jayhawks 34-13 as we head into the third period. Again, Jayhawk Sports proudly presented by Heartland Technology, where you can also get service for internet, mobile phone service, telephone, all of your data needs, data storage needs, a little bit of everything. So thank you to our friends and the folks that make all of this happen at Heartland Technology here in Jesup. So Jayhawks got their work cut out for them here as we see Laney Pilcher with a little step through, unable to get it to fall. And we may have also gotten some poor info on our, Nate Clayberg. Of course, Nate is the other half of the dynamic duo up here for games. He is at a school board meeting tonight. We thought we read a message from him earlier saying he was going to be here in 5. That was not correct. We misread his message, so we may or may not see him. I think the chances are better that we will not see him tonight, because sometimes those meetings run a little longer. As a former board member myself, I can attest to that. Amanda Treptow gets herself to the line. She will shoot a pair. No good on the first one, so Jayhawks not tearing it up from really anywhere on the court tonight with just 13 to the name so far. But you know those free ones from the charity stripe, those are important. You got to make those. Denver back in action as Allison Bonnet, point guard for the Cyclones. Allison scoring, 3 or 4 3-pointers in the first half. That one, the bank by Allison, not a 3-pointer, but good for 2. Not quite the crowd that we usually see at a basketball game here in Jesup. Kind of an odd week. This Denver we're playing them tonight, but we just played them last week, the last game we played actually, and that schedule was not the way it was in advance. It's just how it played out due to some snow postponements and such. So these two teams meeting back to back. And unfortunately, we're seeing a similar result as we did in the first meeting. Pilcher with the 3 attempt, no good. Rebound, Denver quickly up the court. And up and in by Grace Hennessy. Alexis Larson, 3, no good, long. Out of bounds, almost off of Denver. As Emma Hennessy chased it out of bounds. She almost kicked it, but was able to hurdle it at the very last second. As Coach Jason Pilcher, subbing in for head coach Jordan Conrad tonight, takes a full timeout. Again, Coach Conrad and his wife Stacy celebrating the birth of their second child about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So congrats to them. Hoping everyone is doing well. From everything I've heard, they are. So. .5:26 to go in the third period. Denver Cyclones lead the Jesup Jayhawks 41-14. as we come out of the 1 minute timeout by the Jayhawks, we're going to go directly into a 30-second timeout by Coach Joe Frost. I don't know if that was an requested timeout or if the ref decided you're going to take a timeout because you're not coming out of the timeout as you're supposed to. So, yeah, Jesup, as I was saying, they just played Denver last week, and similar result in both these games. You know, I think some of this is Jesup matches up very well with some teams, and others we just don't. And Denver is kind of one of those teams where, you know, they have a lot of length and speed all the way across the court. Not to mention they're very well coached, great shooters, distribute very well, talk very well, and they take advantage of a lot of areas where we maybe don't, you know, achieve at the same level as we do in other areas. And as such, you get what we've seen last week and here tonight. Amanda Treptow to the line, shoot 2. She will get the first one, bringing Jesup's total of 15. And the second as well. So now all that said, Jesup is a very quality team, and we've had some great wins against a lot of quality teams in the conference and outside of the conference. So just because we drop a couple of fairly lopsided games to Denver doesn't mean, you know, that's reflective of the overall quality of this team. Turnover Jayhawks. It's going to head back the other way. Bonnet with the ball, taking it up the court. Ooh, that's going to be a charge. Nice job by Amanda Treptow. Giving up her body for the team there. Fortunately, she did get the charge because I believe she's dealing with 3 fouls as it is. So she certainly doesn't want to get another one with three and a half minutes left to play in the third quarter. Nice couple of moves by Lexus to get the ball inside. Does get blocked, but fortunately out of bounds, so Jesup will retain the ball. Into J.C. Lang, makes a move up, no good. Heading back the other direction. Denver tries to force a pass up court, stolen by Treptow. Nice kick out to O'Connor, no good. A little bit of a scrum there, but it does go back to Denver. Treptow attempts another tries to take another charge, not called this time. Does get the rebound though. Connor with the score. I should mention, I believe it is this Friday night from 4 to 8 p.m. If you order food from Legacies here in Jesup to go, the tip that you give them will go to the Jesup Booster Club here. And as a reminder, the Booster Club in Jesup doesn't just support Jesup Athletics, it also supports the fine arts programs and the junior-senior prom. So as we've said before, if you're looking for a place to throw some dollars, that's a great place to do it, where you can really sort of support a lot of different activities. But again, I believe that's 4 to 8 this Friday night. Again, order from Legacies, tip the delivery person, and that tip will go to the Jesup Booster Club. If I have any of that wrong and you're listening and know it to be wrong, please let me know and I will correct myself. Amanda Treptow back into the game for J.C. Lang. I don't know what else happened there. There was a net. The net was up. Okay. So refs stopping the game to get the net down. I'm surprised they didn't call you down, Anthony, to get that down for him. There you go. Sailor Youngblood with the rebound and put back. Sailor gets herself on the board. Sailor picks up the foul on the other end. Looks for a little direction from Coach Pilcher. Denver struggles to get the ball in bounds. Eventually they do. It's going to be a foul against Jesup. So out of bounds for Denver as J.C. Lang comes in for Sailor Youngblood. Pilcher pushing that ball up the court out to Alexis, looks at the three, doesn't take it, tries the baseline pass off the foot of the Denver defender, will stay with Jesup. Kickball out of bounds, no less. Just over 1 minute to play. Pilcher looks at the shot. Going to pick up the foul. Well, I should say Tessa Yeager is going to pick up the foul. Fouling Pilcher as she went for the drive into the paint. There's a nice looking drive by Amanda Treptow. Ball didn't know whether it wanted to go down or not as it kind of swung all the way around the hoop. Treptow with the pickup. Hands off to O'Connor. .30 seconds to go in the third period. Jesup eyeing a couple threes, haven't taken one yet. O'Connor will take the long two, no good. Denver in typical fashion quickly down the court. Just a fast breaking team looking for those easy points. Pilcher's going to be dinged for the foul there. So both teams with 4 fouls apiece. Neither in the bonus yet, but we do get an offensive foul courtesy of Alexis Larson putting her body in harm's way. Gotta shoot it, girls. Alexis Larson, 3 attempt, no good. So 3 periods down, 1 to go here in Jesup. The Denver Cyclones on top, 46-24. This would be a much different game if we could remove that first period where Denver jumped out to a 21-23 point lead over the Jayhawks, which is basically the difference in the game right now. After that early barrage of three-point shooting by the Cyclones, Jesup was able to turn up the intensity a bit and kind of right the ship, so to speak. But by that time, so much damage has been done that we've never really been able to get ourselves back into this game. But the Jayhawks do have to feel better about at least the last two quarters of basketball, and hopefully they can put together a nice one here in the fourth and maybe make this a game. Again, though, Denver just ton of firepower, really on both ends of the court. Great shooters, always looking to move the ball up the court quickly, get those runouts. Holy cow! We've got a Nate Clayberg sighting. Here you go, Nate. I'll give you your space back. I was sitting in the Clayberg half of our table.
I had to sit in the hallway and listen to you for a while.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I can think of about 1.5 million things I'd rather do than listen to Luke Baldwin on the mic. But
I thought I'll let him flounder up there for a little while longer.
We tried to do okay. It's not the same without. Talking to yourself just isn't the same, and I pride myself on my ability.
You do good on Snapchat with that.
Yeah, I pride myself on my ability to talk to myself, but for some reason up here, it's just not as easy.
So coming into this, I watched a little bit. I was coming from a school board meeting, but tough night for the Jayhawks, it appears.
Tough go, yeah. We the first period, there's really not much to say. We got down, I just said 23-1 or something like that.
And as you're giving me the update, and other people already lived it, and they're like, I don't want to relive it again.
Well, it's funny because I literally just kind of recapped things. But honestly, the last two periods, the Jayhawks have really picked up the intensity. And, you take away that 23-1 first period, and it's been a pretty good game to watch. But I was saying they have so much firepower on both ends of the court. Defensively, they're very long, and we've struggled to really get anything going consistently here tonight.
Yeah, Denver, right up there on the girls' side, 10-4, coming in tonight, and it's hard to compete when you got shooters like that on the outside and just keep racking it up.
Yeah, and that's an example of what we've seen all night, especially those Hennessy gals. They're definitely some shooters. Them and Bonette. She's had about four three-pointers here tonight, I believe.
6:17 to go, fourth period. I feel like I just walked in on somebody's Christmas. I'm like, who's this guy? Maybe that's not a good analogy. I don't know.
Anything exciting? Anything to share out for the Jayhawk family?
We got some new things coming as far as curriculum for our art program that Miss Miller presented in our elementary with literacy, and
nice.
A couple new business class offering that Allison Kitch is putting together. So that's some exciting things coming.
Because Kitch needs a few more things on her plate, right?
Well,
she always seems like she has a little too much time on her plate.
It's kind of updating something she's already doing.
Okay.
So updating, maybe having an entrepreneurship marketing class for high schoolers.
Good.
Instead of advanced financial lit. Or advanced technology or computer lit or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, and we can pay our bills. That's always good.
Yeah, that's especially in these days. Well, I did walk by your door, and I thought about doing some hijinks, but then I thought better, and I thought, I'm just going to keep walking.
And you thought, I've spent enough time in that room, I'm just going to keep coming up here. Lainey Pilcher with a ball off to Alexis Larson, and in the paint, put it up. It's just doesn't go in, but J.C. Lang right there. But you got to give credit to Luke that, they're down almost by half of what they have, and they just keep fighting back and forth.
They haven't laid down at all tonight. They just keep pushing.
Nellie O'Connor along with Pilcher, angle on the right, Treptow caught the free throw line. Larson going to come baseline, but you've got some height in there, with the Cyclones.
Yeah, and that's really been we've struggled with that on defense. They're so long. Early in the game they were in a bit of a zone and catching us in traps all the way around the perimeter, and we just really struggled with that because if there's anything we know about Jesup is we don't have a lot of height on our team. So ball into O'Connor. She drives no good and then picks up the foul.
So I guess one comment I would say, where's Coach Conrad?
Oh, you
ready to tell that story?
Yeah.
No, tell me the story.
So
as I see Jason Pilcher up pacing the lines.
So Coach Conrad is in the hospital right now. He and his wife Stacy gave birth to their second child today.
Okay.
So
a little early.
3 weeks early. In fact, he blamed you because apparently at some point earlier this season,
did I say something?
You suggested that it would be okay as long as he didn't have the baby on a Tuesday
on a basketball
night? Tuesday or Friday night. Well,
it's a Monday.
Yeah. So Beckham Conrad.
Awesome.
I don't know if they're big soccer fans or if they just like the name Beckham.
What is it? Bend it like Beckham.
Yeah.
Isn't that the phrase? Pull down from.
Little guy though, 6 pounds 4 ounces.
Okay.
Well, everyone's doing well though, from what I've been told. So
other than the game's not going well, but then he had to listen to you.
Yeah, it was kind of
talk
like
through it.
It's kind of like pouring salt on an open.
Stacy said, "Just shut it off." Natalie O'Connor looks baseline, wide open. JC, little dish in. Is she going to bounce it? Ooh, does go in. Does go in.
So I was talking about the Legacy or the Booster Club fundraiser on Friday. Just to clarify, it's Legacies will deliver, and so they'll bring the food right to your house, folks, and you just give a tip.
It's Booster Club people are delivering. Is that what it is? So Luke Baldwin could show up at your house unexpected.
Well, possible. Are we on that night? Are we up here that night?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, maybe yeah. I guess I don't know, Nate. I don't think so, but.
No, I don't think so. This is how prepared I am.
I mean, I just looked at my calendar and noticed that event was Friday, so I basically asked the public for help.
No, we don't Friday because it is coffee house night.
Okay.
Up in the North Gym. So that'll be going on Friday to see some skits, and Molly Emerson and Alex O'Connell always put on a good show along with some students that will do some presentations from their group's speech entries and some other things. Pilcher ducks in, and we're going to see a travel. A little late on the whistle, though, but made it happen. Got a familiar officiating crew out tonight.
Yeah. Just saw them last week, or at least 2 out of the 3.
Yeah. I used to work with a guy on the baseline down there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Greg Davies. In my UNI days.
Yep.
Denver hangs on to it, under 3 minutes to go. Again, Denver coming in 14-4 overall, 10-4 in conference play. Jesup 13-6, 9-5 in conference play. And that is quite a gap between 1-2 and 3-4 when you look at those teams.
Well, yeah, and when you look at what 2 is doing to 3 right now. Well, we're in 4 right now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yes, there's a substantial difference in. I don't know. They've done it to us twice now, Nate. So I think you gotta give them some credit. It's not just a fluke here.
Yeah. You have an update on the boys' score? You still watching?
Oh, yeah, I do have an update.
I saw you switching back and forth. It was like, did they give up in the girls' game and switch to the boys' game?
No, we did that. It was a timeout, or it was in between periods or something. But, yeah, the Jayhawk boys did get the victory, 68-64 victory over the Union Knights in LaPorte tonight. So congrats to our boys as we see a few Jayhawks enter the game here. The only one we haven't seen tonight, I believe, is Adriana Bolden. So
yep, she's out there tonight. Yep.
and we've seen Kylie Winter and Katie Clark. We haven't seen her tonight.
Yeah, McKenna Albert out there, and
I lied.
Sailor, and
most of what I just said was not true.
But it all mostly sounded good. 3 from Matthias.
Matthias steps in. That's a name we haven't heard tonight yet. She steps in and drains a 3. So it's just kind of the name of the game.
Under 2 minutes.
Jesup. Bolden looks to drive, kicks it back out to McKenna Albert.
Looking for an opportunity.
Shoot that.
Yeah, would like to see Winter take that shot.
Yeah, she was wide. She didn't even look. Got to square up and knock that down, Kylie.
Ball almost gets taken away. Albert has it. Opening the lane, Katie Clark. They'll come by the right side. Youngblood.
Nate, you see you got a chair there, buddy?
I do. I like the new setup
Yeah.
here. Anthony finally got some construction done. Or did you get the replacements in?
I don't know, but I stood the entire first half, and then it occurred to me, why am I standing? I've got a stool to sit on.
And Anthony was going, I spent at least 3 hours putting that stuff together.
These idiots have complained for 2 years straight. I finally give them what they asked for, and they don't use it. Sailor Youngblood looks at the 3, passing it up. It is deflect. I thought it actually went off.
We'll be here
Matthias,
2 more times this week, so we'll get plenty of chance to use it.
Yep. I've got a full week of basketball. Are we up here Thursday night?
Thursday night. Postseason begins next week. I will not be here Monday, maybe Tuesday. Are we even allowed to do the postseason games, Anthony?
I don't think we're allowed to do those, are we?
Since we technically did use a student in the production ones, there might be a loophole.
I will tell you Thursday, I may not be here for the girls' game. But I will confirm that with you ASAP.
What does that mean? Thursday morning or afternoon?
Oh, there's only a boys' game. Okay. So that might work out okay if I can't make. Well, I should be here. We'll talk offline.
Yeah, we'll talk offline. Sounds good.
Katie Clark with the 3-pointer.
You're going to Wapsie, I'm guessing.
I am. Yes, I got
watch a game up there.
I got to watch my 7th and 8th graders.
Ball rolls around, doesn't go. Under 6 seconds here. And Jesup will go on to a record of 13-7, 9-6 in conference play. Denver Cyclones will advance their record, 15-4 overall, 11-4 in conference play. And tough night for the Jayhawks. I guess we'll celebrate the new Conrad baby that has come, and also our new table and chairs. And Jayhawks will continue to work and get back on the winning side here soon.
Yeah, let's hope so, man. There's not much to say about this one. It kind of went bad real fast. We got down that early, fell in the hole early on, and just too much to climb out of. There was some bright spots for the Jayhawks in there, but for the most part, that was kind of all Denver tonight. So, move on to the next one and get the W.
So our next broadcast on the Jayhawk Sports Network, boys game tomorrow night should be on air, 7:45, somewhere in there, I would think, against Sumner Fredericksburg. Again, boys only. Girls will be on the road to Waukon with a JV varsity contest up there. Looking ahead to Thursday, and jury's still out if we'll have Mr. Baldwin in the south patio or the upper patio of the south deck, and then we'll have it'll be, am I accurate on that, boys?
Yep.
Denver game coming up on Thursday night, boys only, and that's pretty much it for regular season basketball. And because Friday night it's Coffee House up in the gym. So, and congratulations, sounds like, to the boys.
That's right.
And that was all we needed to hear from Luke. Anyway, if you, we invite you to, again, keep following us and sharing us on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Do appreciate everybody tuning in from Denver and also from Jesup. Girls lose tonight 62-35. For Luke Baldwin, Anthony Baugh, Eric Clark, as well as our executive producer Tony Lang in his Vineyard Vines hoodie or pajamas or whatever he's wearing right now. This is the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Everybody have a great evening. Go Jayhawks and be safe.